Hello, friends and family. Thank you for joining me. You came at a good time because this is going to be a very good video about Bible evidence that shows that the Israelites are black. And so, it's very important. It's not just for reasons of show for people just to go around bragging and saying, "Well, we're black people, are Israelites," or we're Israelites. No, it has profound prophetic significance, and you have to realize that to understand, to truly understand the Bible prophecies, you have to understand who are really the Israelites. So let's look at gonna start with here. Let's look at some simple verses that do actually say that the Israelites are black. Here's the first scripture, Jeremiah chapter. This is the King James version, also. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black into the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. So that's talking about the people of Judah, the southern tribe of Israel. They are black into the ground, or black as the ground. Let's go to the next verse. Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. This is one of King Solomon's lovers. I am black. Oh, and it's an Israelite. I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Black, but it's saying, I'm black, but I'm beautiful, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar. The tents of Kedar are black. And also the curtains of Solomon are black. That can be looked up. Now, verse 6, it says, Look not upon me, because I am black. There it is. It tells you. Because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but mine own vineyard I have not kept. So she's saying, Look not upon me because I'm black, because I've been out in the sun. So if a black person goes out in the sun, they're going to be even blacker when they get out of it. Okay? Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 11. His head is as black as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as a raven. Okay? So now let's look at this. His locks are bushy. Those locks are like dreadlocks, bushy locks. Who has bushy locks? Black people. Most people think of Jamaicans, Rastas, Bob Marley, reggae singers, reggae, and but guess what? That's an African hairstyle, an Israelite hairstyle, and that there's carvings and pictures to show that Israelites wore locks thousands of years ago. Now, and black as a raven. When I looked that up, I believe it was in the Strong's Concordance. Black as raven doesn't mean the hair, the bushy locks. Black as raven is the color of his skin. That's the color of his skin. That's what it's talking about. Black as a raven. A raven is a very dark bird. Next verse. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 8. Speaking of the Israelites, their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones. It is withered. It is become like a stick. Their visage, it means the way they look, their face, their appearance is blacker than a coal. We all know that coal is black, charcoal, like that you grill with. That when you have a cookout or just coal that's mined from the ground is black. Okay. Next verse. Lamentations chapter 5, verse 10. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. Now, if you know what it's saying, our skin is black right there. It tells you that the Israelites are black. Now, like an oven, if you cook in an oven, a wood fired oven or coal fired, whatever it is, a wood fired oven, it's going to be black. If you run your finger, it's going to be black soot. If you run your finger, it's going to be cooked charred black on the inside. Okay, so it's telling you that their skin is black, black as a raven, black as coals, um, and so that's just the beginning. That's just people who've seen a video where I have said that before. This is just for emphasis. But those verses are just to get into the meat or into the main part of these scriptures that prove that without a shadow of a doubt. Now for people now it is believed by believers who believe in the Bible that Yahweh, all scripture is inspired of God. They people believe that the scripture was given to the prophets, and they were inspired by God. Every last one of them. So this is God telling us with His word what the Israelites looked like. That they were black. Why is it important? One reason is because God, Yahweh, put it in there. If He put it, inspired this to be in there, He wanted people to know what the Israelites looked like. Another reason could be because Yahweh already knew that people were going to change the color of the Israelites, and they would, or not change the color of them, deceitfully make them look a color in a nationality that they are not. He already knew that was going to happen. Of course he did. So he left something in the Bible also for us to straighten things out and see that the real Israelites are actually black people, the race known as Negroes. So let's get into this. This is very important. I encourage you to stay to the end because Numbers chapter 2 gets to the heart of the matter. Okay, so this is the Israelites, Miriam, Aaron, and Father Moses. Okay, now Miriam and Aaron. I'm going to start. This is the Word English Bible because it has Yahweh's name in there where it's supposed to be many hundreds, thousands of times in the Hebrew Scriptures or Old Testament. Numbers chapter 4. Numbers chapter 12, verse 1. Miriam, Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Cushite woman whom he had married, for he had married a Cushite woman. Now they spoke. Some people will assume, if they believe the deception people been taught, they may think that Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because they married Cushite is Ethiopian. That they were upset because she married a black woman. No, that is not the case. What it is they're all black. We just read verses that showed us that the Israelites are black. But what it is they're all black, but she's Cushite, meaning that she's a different nationality. She's not Israelite. So now, then they said, has Yahweh indeed spoken only with Moses? Hasn't he spoken also with us? And Yahweh heard it. So they're testing Moses. They're probably seems like they're envious, and they want to cast doubt on Yahweh's communication with them. They want to disrespect it. But look what happens. Now the man Moses was very humble, more than all the men who were on the surface of the earth. Yahweh spoke suddenly to Moses, to Aaron, and to Miriam. You three come out to the tent of meeting. So Yahweh was not playing. He heard all of this. He called them out. The three of them came out. Yahweh came down in a pillar of cloud and stood at the door of the tent and called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forward. He said, now hear my words. If there is a prophet among you, I, Yahweh, will make myself known to him in a vision. I will speak with him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so. He is faithful in all my house. With him I speak mouth to mouth. Now listen, did Moses, he speaks to other prophets in dreams, but Moses is so faithful. Listen, he is faithful in all my house. With him I speak to him mouth to mouth, even plainly, and not in riddles. and he shall see Yahweh's form. So Yahweh reveals himself to him and speaks to Moses clearly. Why then are you not afraid to speak against my servant, against Moses? He was upset because they're speaking against Moses. Verse 9, Yahweh's anger burned against them, and he departed. Listen, verse 10, the cloud departed from over the tent, and behold, Miriam was leprous, as white as snow. Aaron looked at Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. So something happened here. So it said Miriam, after when Yahweh, when the cloud departed from over the tent, Miriam had turned white as snow, white as snow. Now listen to what happened. Verse 11. Aaron said to Moses, "Oh my Lord, please don't count this sin against us, in which we have done foolishly, and in which we have sinned. Let her not, I pray, be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he comes out of his mother's womb." Moses cried to Yahweh, saying, "Heal her, God, I beg you." Now listen now. When her skin turned white, that scared them. Do you hear me? That scared, no, not do you hear me? Do you hear these scriptures? It said, Lord, Aaron said to Moses, "Oh my Lord," he said, "please don't count this sin against us, which we have done foolishly." That man was afraid. He said, "We have sinned." They knew they had upset Yahweh when they looked at her and she was white. Why would that have shocked them? Why would it have been frightening? Because she was not white before, because she was black. The Bible already told us she was black. So when she turned white, perhaps they had not seen a white person before. And white people were not in that area where they were from. Next thing, the only white people it says right here for a black person, okay, who passes away, that the flesh when they come out is half consumed. When it comes, if you see like certain fish or something like that, if you see when they die, if they stay out long enough, they'll start to turn white. Okay, certain things so it's saying that's the only white skin they saw is of the dead, like a baby when it comes out the mother's womb, a dead baby. I'm sorry, that's graphic, but listen now. They had not seen white skin. It says, so let's go. Moses was scared. Moses cried to Yahweh, saying, "Heal her, God, I beg you. I beg you, God." That man was afraid. Why were they afraid? Because they have not, that white skin was something that stood out. It was scary to them. You know why? Because they weren't white and they could not have been. Listen now. Yahweh said to Moses, "If her father but spit in her face, shouldn't she be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut up outside the camp 7 days, and after that she shall be brought in again." Miriam was shut outside of the camp 7 days, and the people didn't travel until Miriam was brought in again. Afterward, the people from Hazeroth afterward the people traveled from Hazeroth and encamped in the wilderness of Paran. So after the 7 days, she had to isolate herself outside the camp, which was what people with leprosy see to the Israelites and people back then. Leprosy wasn't a disease that consumes and destroys flesh. Leprosy was white skin. That was when the skin turned white, and people like that would have to be isolated until they are clean. They would have to be checked by priests. So this proves the fear that Aaron had when they saw their sister. When she turned white, the fear that Moses had, they fell and begged God to change her back from being white because their skin color was not white. It could not have been. Understand the wisdom. The Bible truly tells us the Israelites were black. Peace and blessings to you.